So today we're going to replace a side view mirror on a 2014 Ford Explorer. As you can see, this one got a little banged up, so we ordered a replacement and we're going to swap it out today. It shouldn't take too long, about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's not too hard, but there are a couple key steps to point out. All right, so tools I use for this project is a 10mm socket wrench, 10mm wrench, needle nose pliers, and a trim kit tool, but you could also use a flathead screwdriver if you don't have one of these. All right, so now with the car door open, the first thing we're gonna do is remove this little cover piece right here. Sometimes you can get it with just your hands, or you can use your trim tool to wedge in there and pop it out. Next, we'll go ahead and unplug the electrical connector. There's a tab on this side of it, the left side of it. You just push in, and you can pull it out and kind of pull it out of the way. All right, so the next step is the tricky part. So there's 3 bolts, or actually nuts, they need to take off. One here, there's one outside over here, I'll show in a second. And then the tricky one is the one down in here, right? And the only reason it's tricky is because if you drop this nut when you're taking it off, it'll fall down into the door, and you have to take the whole door panel off to get it out. So just want to be very careful when you're getting this out, and I'll show you how I do it at the end to make sure I don't drop it. So I'll show you what I do once I get the nut to the end. Before I pull it off and risk dropping it down there, I just grab it with a pair of needle nose pliers, and then I'll walk it off all the way with my fingers, and then grab it with those needle nose pliers and bring it out of there. The other 2 nuts are easily accessible. The top one here, just grab it with the socket wrench. And same thing for the third one, which is over here on this left side. Once you got the 2 nuts and the bolt out, you can go ahead and just pull the old mirror off. We've got our new mirror here, and we're gonna put it back on in place. So we just need to line the 2 bolts up through the holes in the door, and then also there's a small clip here that you'll wanna clip first. So you'll kind of angle it in with this clip going in first. So you can see the bolts coming through barely. And then on this side, we want to make sure that clip gets in the hole first before pushing the other side in flush. And then we'll just go ahead and get the easy nut back on the top part. And you'll want to just do it hand tight for now. What we're going to do is get everything connected back up hand tight, and we'll connect the electronics and make sure it all works before we finish snugging everything down. All right, again, for the fun part of getting this bottom bolt back on without dropping it down to the door. So I'm just gonna grab it with my needle nose pliers again, and very carefully get it lined up onto the bolt where I can start spinning it on until it grabs those threads. And just make sure for certain it's grab those threads before you let go, because you don't want it to slide off and fall down into that door. All right, so those are all hand snug, and we're gonna put our electric connection back in with the little tab side on the left side. Press that in. And then just turn your car on, give it a quick test, make sure it's functioning properly before you tighten everything else back up. All right, so everything was working great on mine, so I'll just go ahead and tighten everything back up. Once you get it tightened up, just check to make sure everything's sitting flush here and nothing's bumped out or anything weird's going on. And then lastly, just pop your cover back on. It's got 3 little pins that go into the 3 slots in the door. So you just line them up and pop it back on. So we're all done. All in all, only took about 10 minutes. Wasn't too hard of a project. If this video helped you out, let me know below. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next project.